Oh, we don't like that. Let's get a nice, happy, pure. So we got Bloom. I've been playing with it for about an hour or so. It's really neat. It's really, really neat. Built-in quantizing, which you gotta love. So basically, it's a 2-channel, 32-step sequencer. But then it does like branching fractaline patterns. So for example, this is going into the branches. Here, in fact, let's pull the root. Also, I have some modulation, some 4-measure random going into the root, which keeps it in the scale. It just transposes the whole thing up and down, so it's works just like the vector, which is, you know, kind of interesting. Because if you could run a sequence from the vector to the root control, now you've got like 2 other channels of potential CV that you can shift with the same thing. And I often run like volt per octave of part 2, so I could just branch that off there and go to the R bar if I'm trying to control the R bar, like the layers of the R bar. So let's plug this into a sloths. This is branches. So listen to the pattern of the sequence. It should start changing. Like that. And you see it turned purple. And there's another branch. And there's another branch. The home branch is the blue one. So now it'll go through these extra little mutations of the basic sequence. And it changes the LED colors and stuff. Dude, it's got me kind of tickled. It's really, really, really neat. And it's pretty. And then we go back because my modulation is no longer high. Now it is. It should be. We need a really slow sloths to go into the FM index then. Let's do that. only using the internal envelope from the pizza, which we can change, you know. Of course, the Sloths is doing slothy things. Oh, there it goes. I was gonna say, it's just hanging down there in, like, negative voltages, but I guess not. So for Sunday generative sessions, this is gonna be a lot of fun. And you can decouple the clock. So, like, you can have it just running it, like, here's my beat. Like, what? I don't know what kind of snare I've got going right now. That's actually okay. Actually, what would be really cool, in fact, let's try it, this guy. I'm going to put this in the 8-measure rise and fall modulation that I've got in the purple trace, so we have rhythmic. It's displaced. There we go. So it's just fractalizing out into the universe now. And then it's back down. But because it is a repeating pattern, recurring pattern. Okay, let's do a thing here. Let's stop the clock for a second and reset. What? Why are you off by a 16th note? Okay, now you're not off. That's weird. Now here's my question. Will it repeat the same 8-measure pattern over the entire length of... Actually, that's going to be too hard to track. I'm going to put it in the shorter swelling modulation. This is an 8-measure rise and fall. Just a little tiny bit also. So this is this light right here, the brighter. like that. Hey, Jojo. Okay, I want to adjust my reverb too. I need something that's like darker. That's not it. That's early reflections. That's not it. Okay, that's like an endless reverb. We don't like that. No. There we go. Something that will hold the snare and not make it go like sizzle off into weird little noise bounces. Anyways, so this is Bloom again. Anyways. Hey, Chris. And Bloom is doing bloomy things. Hey, Jason. So when the lights are turning purple and pink and stuff, it is going to a branch, which is a sort of a fractal variation of the initial pattern, which is in blue. And the light changes to all kinds of colors. It's really interesting. And now we're back to the normal. Hey, Michael. So, given that the voltage coming into this mod from the Maestro is probably pretty precise, my thoughts are, if it's given the same thing every 4 measures, it should be the same every 4 measures. But it isn't quite, because I think it's still like generating new stuff. I think it's still like, let's try a new thing here. Okay, so now if we go path instead, so here's our base sequence. Hey, Sparky. So now I'm going to go into the path CV. And it's not doing anything. So you have to enable a number of branches, which are the variations, in order for a path to be made through those branches. You get my meaning. Yeah, my bloom is in right here. I'm doing it right now. It came in this morning, which is kind of funny because I was going to go disc golfing for like 4 or 5 hours and like rain all day. Like yeah, and as I was sitting downstairs working on a disc, I heard the door knock, and it was the postman demanding a signature, and that made me very happy. Yeah, dude, it was such a failure of forecasting, too, because as of last night, it was like, it's gonna rain a little overnight, and then it'll be fine all day today. And then, like, no, just kidding, it's actually gonna rain all freaking day and into the night. Done. What? What? So yeah, this is pretty interesting. I'm really digging this. This is good old C major. Okay, actually, let's get our normal delay timed here. A little faster. It's pretty good. Yeah, the first thing I started with was enabling the second channel as like an FM control over the pizza, and that was actually kind of cool. Because you can go in and do divisions and multiplications of the clock and stuff like that, so it can run at a completely different rate. And yeah, that was actually pretty neat. But it really is more designed to control oscillators. But, I mean, sort of, you can unquantize it, too. So you can just turn off quantization completely and just, like, do stuff. I like the functionality of the whole thing. I like the whole, like, just, like, click on steps to turn them on and off. Like, okay, these are all click encoders, and these are just rotaries. All the C is just laid out very, very logically. So, like, I barely had to read the manual. I mean, I watched a few videos and stuff in the last few days, so... yeah, I think it's a good addition, and it's exactly the same size as the Behringer sequencer, so kind of a no-brainer at that point. Um, hmm. Yeah, I was playing around with that one. I just like the branches and path part of it, like just making new variations on a sequence. It's really neat. Not really sure where this is all going yet. That's the thing. I think I want to do something a little on the happy side, though. Wrong channel, sir. Damn it. Suddenly organs are falling out of you. Any fantasy fans out there? Books, that is. Anybody fans of the Malazan Books of the Fallen? Okay, so let's do some interesting I'm really liking using the SIG as just like a modulation source for various things. But especially like the subharmonicon, it just seems like it works really well for that. And, you know, that ain't a bad thing. So, let's see here. What you really want, I think, are basically like half notes and whole notes. 16th, 8th, quarter. Let's go like half notes and whole notes for our time here. And what I'm going to do is take a volt per octave out and put it into rhythm number 1. Remember the salad shooter? It's basically like a battery-operated vegetable slicer. And I guess the thought was you would shoot vegetables into your salad. We need more everyday products that have been turned into weapons. See, now this suggests more of a bass line to me. Okay. Yeah. 16. So, let's see. So like yeah. Okay. It's actually already hooked up to Wave Transformer. I don't think I want to use that today, though. I want to go chainsaw bass. It's very flat. Hey, Mramki. Thanks, man, and welcome. Yeah, I'm just kind of getting started. I've only got a couple parts so far and trying to kind of work on a bass line a little bit here. Okay, yeah. Boo-doo-doo. I see. Boo-doo-doo. need to give the base a little bit of flexi CV here. Maybe a little more. Boom, boom, boom. Nope, it's not. It's just not quite synchronized. It's really annoying. What the fuck? It's just not, it's not there. It's just not quite there. It's really, really annoying. Oh, there it is. It is there. Okay. It's just weird. Kind of bouncy, you know. I approve. I approve of that. That's peachy. But we should already just start setting up subsequences. Let's go whole note. Well, you know what it was? It wasn't the sequencer. It was my ear. Like, I was still hearing a beat in a completely different place in the bass sequence. And so when it finally, my eyes matched the sound, matched the kick, and then my brain went, oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's funny how that works. Funny how that works, you know? Whole note. Yeah, let's do part 5 also, because I have a feeling I'm going to end up using it. Let's go part 3 and then 1. So we're going to go -4, -4, -7, -7. Which will take us to F minor, or A minor and F major. Oh no. Okay, that still sounds good at that low F, which is a happy thing. Should I octave this bass? I kind of almost feel like I want to, just because it sounds cool. For no other reason than it's dank. Is this gonna reach? Yes. Octave bass. Octave down. It's the Stand By Me chord progression. It's true. Land is dark, and the moon is the only light you'll see. I had to change one thing. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Aaron Neville. Just as long as you stand by me. Yes, but in the process of creating that chart, you probably learned it a hell of a lot better than you knew it before. Was not wasted time. Yeah, so part 3, same thing. That's all set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 7. Hey, 7, I said, not 6. Might as well do it on part 8. All right. Let's do some odd number arpeggios and stuff, because I think something like this, I think we're gonna need some happy sevens and things like that whirling around our heads. Always for a good time. You know what though? The first thing I think to do would be to tune this oscillator. Something, I think it's probably the subharmonicon, is just a chunk sharp. And then I had to tune the pizza to it, and then the chainsaw to that, and everything is like shifted up. And yeah, I'm gonna need to tune on multiple locations. But I will try to be gentle. It actually sounds pretty good. It's just a hair off. There you are. All right, so gate outs are going to channels of Zadar for envelopes, and because it is right next to the filter, then I can use tiny little cables. Dude, if you're just starting, the advice that I would give is be rich. And that's not really a joke. Like, if you're enthused and like you get the stuff, yeah, that's very good advice. Start with VCV rack or something like that first. Although I will say, like, the actual experience of hardware versus, you know, software is so wildly different. So, you know, be warned. But it's expensive. And here's the thing, right? The whole point is, I think, is to change out modules and do different things. And you can't do that without spending money. Other than that, like, I don't know, man. Look for used stuff. Get in good with, like, any local people that have things that maybe they want to part with. Starting with a semi-modular with a sequencer is not a bad idea. Mother 32 is a great place to start, or like the Behringer equivalent. If that's your cost range, I think they're both fine. With the Behringer, what, Crave? Is that what it is? But the Crave is not rack mountable, so you couldn't stick it in your case as many people like to do if they get a bigger case. So... Hey, Radeon. I don't know, man. I just like putting sine waves through filters and delay. Call me a sucker. Like using splitters and stuff. I don't know if I'd go more than 2. Like I would split volt per octave signals maybe once. Like I'm splitting my volt per octave for the bass right here. Okay. And you generally don't have any voltage drop. I think once you start getting into 3 and 4, then you start getting some voltage drop. But for things like modulations, it really doesn't matter. Right? I don't know. I've never found anything more necessary than doubling something. I think if you're tripling something, you need to get a mult or 2. Buffered mults are good. A buffered mult is a powered mult, so it keeps your voltages up. This makes me nervous, but it's really not that tight. Like, you can kind of see it's like, but it's still kind of, meh. Let's replace it. I don't like it. I have a longer one. Ma, what did I just unplug? That. Ah. And we were just talking about that. Well, okay, so I'm splitting the bass for volt per octave, and there is no voltage drop, but I'm running the other side through a precision adder and stuff to get the octave. Sounds perfectly fine to me. Well, isn't that just lovely, by the way? Yeah, K2 is not a bad place to start, as long as you have something to drive it with. A lot of people have like a key step, and that's a great place too, but to me the key step seems like it's really, well, it's incredibly menu divey. But you know what? It's a really powerful piece of hardware. Okay, well, we are definitely going to modulate this with some slow swelling stuff, whatchamajigger thing, like this guy, which is an 8-measure rise and fall. Okay, and then we can rig up part 4. How about 5? How about just like da 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 da, like. How about just that? And then I was like, yeah, I unplugged something. And magic. Okay, I would like to do some octave variations on this. Let's use subsequence number 2. And I'm gonna literally make it random. And like, let's go 3 steps long. Because that way, I'm gonna put one of these down an octave. So basically 1/3 of the time, that sequence is gonna be down an octave. They're hard panned left and right. Okay. Who dis? The remnants. The remnants of arpeggios. Floating through the ether. Yes. Part. I'm actually going to make this 16. I think. Actually, let me think about it first. All right. I want a fairly simple part. And actually, I'm going to make it just do that. Now, as far as like gate length. So we want this to that. The hell am I hearing right? So then this is going to go 4 steps. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to make it 9 steps long. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So everything else is a rest, basically. So it should just be like every 4 measures, basically. I wonder if I did 2 on that, if that would sound interesting. All right, anyways. This is going to the Demon Core. The Demon Core oscillator. Oh my god. It's demonic. Let's see. Do we have enough cable? Do we have enough? Barely. Honestly, I think the pizza voice should probably go through. And that needs some modulatizing. Alright, yeah, we want that in the delay because delay makes it sound super, super dank. Got anything yet? Nothing. We got Upkiss because we're not playing. Basically that. Gate length, though. Oh, yeah, okay. Let's make that just shorter. And increase our input level. Ooh, crunchy. We're distorting. That's bad. Okay, and then I want to put a chance operation on the first step. We're going to do probability of 100%, but we're only going to do it every even. So we should just hear dun dun for the first one. Like that. This cable won't reach over there. No, it won't reach over there. I need a longer cable. Oh yeah, I need a longer cable. And maybe change my envelope shape. That's a better envelope shape. I like that shape. Pew pump. That's kind of cool. Nah, long time. How about a little res? Nah. Now, is that in tune? It actually is. Okay, good. I'm not going to touch it. All right, so there's the thing. It's doing the thing. Yeah, we need to give that some kind of modulation, too.
Everybody wants modulation.
Maybe I'll just take a fast sloths and throw it into the per octaves a little bit extreme, maybe. Damn. What about one of these guys? What about this particular LFO right here? At just a really, really low amplitude. Yeah, that should be peachy. Let's listen to it for a second, though. It's on slow. It's not on loop, so that's a problem. Okay, cool. That's a part. We've got another part. There it is. Okay. I think a really, really high-pitched noise sweep would be definitely a good thing because everybody likes noise sweeps. And that to me says says dual dagger with white noise and things like that, doing noisy things. So I'm gonna go trigger 8 into another channel of Zadar, and we're gonna turn that up to like 5 seconds, something like that. And then high passed white noise. Actually, it doesn't matter. Let's just do white noise because I'm gonna high pass it at the filter. And then we need that there envelope out, but I'm not really keen on gigantic cables there if I can help it. But that's life. Sound effect always goes into channel 4 here, so. All right, I would actually like a fast. Damn it! I may have to attenuate an LFO, but that's okay. Actually, here, I never use it because I always forget that it exists. But let's grab the motion meter, put it in CV mode here. There. And then that's going to go into all right, and then we need one more cable for the envelope out to this filter. Hopefully this works. Okay, now I gotta restart. Yeah, even less. Resonance. More resonance. More? Still just not quite there yet. Nope. What am I missing here? Okay, first of all, let's turn off the delay. It's like, and I need it to go like way higher. Level is all the way up. Okay. There we go. That's closer. Now we just lengthen the time. I don't want hardly any panning on that. Now we kind of just put the level down a little bit. That's closer. A little bit steeper curve. There we go. Yeah, I got the bloom today. So I haven't spent a huge amount of time playing with it, but it looks like a lot of fun. I mean, I did spend about an hour before I started today. I feel like on ambient Sundays it's going to be like ace. Okay, let's think about a couple of lead sounds, and then maybe like we'll get like a pad kind of thing going down. Um, you know what I would like to do? That would be a lot of fun. Let's do this. Let's. I'm gonna fire up Reason. I feel like, yeah, I've watched so many videos that I was like reading the manual and I was like, oh yeah, I knew that. Oh yeah, I knew that. I remember that. Like, the only thing that was a little weird was like, resetting the sequences back to like square one and having nothing in them and that kind of thing. Like those little kinds of controls, those are really important. Let's get some piano. And I think I'm going to actually just use the radical piano. Um, okay, cool. Let's test some recording level kind of stuff here. Is that too loud already? I don't think so. Yeah, there's so much key takeoff noise on like most of these patches. It's annoying. Um, yeah, that's like damper noise. What the hell is that? It's dumb. Whatever it is, I don't like it. I know there's a control for that. I just can't see it. No, that just says pedal. It's got to be part of the sample then. Okay. All right. So I need to hook the looper up to a filter, and I think that's just gonna be, where are we going with this guy? Probably the stereo sem, which means long cables, top row. No, actually, let's go to the Morpheus. Still long cables. This is just going to be sort of an ambience, just kind of hanging out, being ambient. Doing its omnipresence thing. All right. You're going to go into there. Now, theoretically, okay, now that's not going to loop until I turn this up. Well, that's rather lovely. That's very nice. I like that, but it needs more input gain. And as it kind of loops, it cross records, so it just sort of layers on itself after a while. It's really nice. That is the
Preterio Versio firmware. Yes.
This is not the Daisy version, though. This is the older version. I think the DayZ version, you plug a USB cable into it to update it, which is unfortunate. So that's one thing I have not done is check to see the level, firmware level and stuff. But you can check that on Power Up. For the Bloom, that is. Yeah. It's also a really pretty module, I have to say. Like going all purple lights and stuff, like that's super cool. My favorite colors are purple and green, so like, as you can see in part 1. Hey Jethro, what's happening? Okay. Now we also have this option of putting that through the Aurora. This might be a good idea. I kind of want a high pass filter on that. For now, though, I think a little vaguely shifting modulation into frequency in general here would be a grand idea. And then a little bit more verb. This is me playing piano on Reason, going through the Versio looper, sound on sound stereo looper. Although I just had a horrible thought. No, you know what? I'm going to redo this. And that's okay. That won't take long. Because remember when I was saying earlier, if you were here, everything was really sharp? Yeah, it's still sharp. So, like, my DAW is not. So now I have to wait for my looper to die out here. Let's flip it to the shortest loop length, and that way it'll start that faster. Okay, buddy. Yeah, you need to chill for a second. 440. I'm going to have to guess at this. I want to say it's probably a good. Let's hear the bass. It is custom. It is the Praeterio Versio third-party firmware. Some dude cooked up, and it's freaking brilliant. Good enough. Yeah, man, I need to try that, of course. You know what I've never tried also is the Desmodus. The one that like started it all that everybody went nuts over. I've just never bothered, which is like dumb. Okay, now I'm going to throw some samples into the R bar. Wait, did I clear it first? I don't think I did. I need to clear all of my buffers, bro. Bro, are your buffers cleared, bro? Yeah, the looper is really simple. It's just you set time and probability for each of the sides, and so this is Mellotron Choir. And for some reason, the Mellotron strings and choir samples that are in like the most basic Reason sample, yeah, man, it does, and it's exactly what I wanted. You know what I mean? Like, this could be the basis of like a whole evening set. Like, basically using the modular as an effects unit, you know? I feel like you could take this model and like turn it into more of a clocked style looper. Like, you've got the tap button on there. You could be like, poof, start loop, and then poof, start loop, or, you know, end loop, and do it that way. Just get that little Daisy Pie on there. Yeah. Love me a good Versio. Anyways, we need to hook up the R-bar.
Oh, we have mismatched cables. Oh! I do not approve. No. Cannot be.
Yeah, okay. So, here's the thing. We just do, like... I'm just gonna go straight to the Ikari, because the Ikari and the R-bar are best pals, and if you separate them, they start crying and peeing on the floor. And it's really terrible.
Es más terrible.
We got anything? We got anything? We got nothing. Oh, inputs levels all the way down. We need some movement. Hey, Salmon. Also, we need part 2. And we're going to make this 4, and then the length of this is going to be 2 whole notes per sequence, or per step. And this is going into the layer control of the R-bar, okay? So, first of all, we got to turn on a gate, otherwise it doesn't give pitch. And we go down to we go on to C3, and then this should give me, yeah, that's my blue layer. Now, which one is my? It's usually a 5th. Yeah, about every half volt or so. Let's see, that's too far. D. Yeah. So basically, C3, G3, D4, and then back to C3. And then we blast it with some internal reverb. And actually what I want to do is groove this sequence so that it's really early.
Oh my god, it sounds so good.
Okay. Who's got a gate pattern for me? I know who. I know who. The SIG. The SIG has a gate pattern for me. Indeed it does. And actually we can take the tregs out and go straight into the VCA for the carry filter. Dang it. Yeah, there's little clicky poppies in there that I don't particularly enjoy. It hits a point, though, where it's hardly identifiable as a choir, right? Especially when we get it down into mellow land here. It's actually still really quiet. But then, of course, you can kind of do stupid things like, oh, I don't know, take a channel from water. And let's turn it up just a little bit. And we'll drop that modulation down onto the volt per octave. Look at me using my motion meter. It's actually in a handy spot here. Because, you know, that's why I put it there. Little extra, tiny little bit of movement in the filter. Let's change up our knobs and water here. Yeah, the clickiness will probably disappear because it is pretty... It's small. It's like, you know, 3 milliseconds or something like that. Some little tiny little click. It's entirely... I can just fix it. Let's just fix it. I don't even have to talk about it. Oh, lordy, just... Okay, now we're back to... Hush. Hush, little choir. It's okay. It's okay. Alright, so instead, I'm going to put this... I'm going to take the Treg out things and put them into an envelope here. Man, I never know which shape to pick, because what I want to do is basically have an attack decay envelope, but, like, you can delay the start, you know, massively. And, or just a tiny bit, but still keep it, like, the same crisp length kind of thing. And you can't really do that on, like, the most basic shapes in Zadar and, like, the A-Bank. Not until you get into some funky weirdness. And then it's just not quite the same thing. And I don't know how to... See, no clicks. And the shape is weird. It's like up, quick, and then it goes and levels off, and then it comes down. So there's this like spike of attack, a plateau about 50%, and then a ramp down. Sorry, a quick plateau, and then it ramps down in a curve. And that actually works pretty well for this. It is shape A3 on Zadar, if you have a Zadar. Yeah. I think this is more of a delay candidate. Okay. We'll put that guy to sleep. And then we need to make a couple of leads. While that's happening, I think what I want to do is kind of just like get all of this guff set up and ready to go here. So like let's turn this off and turn that off and turn that off and then mute part 2. Turn that off. But and it's synchronized. Hooray. We don't have to worry about that later. Okay. So lead number 1, we got Melodicer action, of course, because I oh so love my Melodicers. I've been seriously thinking about getting that ADAC Mega Skiff. First is going to come, you know, the new setup. I 100% understand that is the case, so it's going to be a while, but I'm like, that would be a really fun next step, is to have this ginormous skiff for all of my sequencers and stuff. And that basically frees up like a full row and a half to do other things with. And then all the sequencers and mixer stuff would all be on the bottom. So, like, basically would have a whole row of effects, you know? And, like, no, Jethro, let me back up. So the output of the SIG is what they call tregs, so trigger envelope generators. Okay, they're triggers that are basically little tiny AD envelopes of varying length. Okay, so if you, it's the voltage spike that it's giving is I guess more than normal. Like it seems like a very fast trigger, you know. And I remember there were modules that I had. I think they were the little 2 HP envelopes that I had in here. I had a couple of their ADSRs, and they wouldn't even respond to the triggers. It was really odd. So like they're finicky. They're a little finicky. Yeah, it basically would be a control case, and then offload a lot of the signal processing and stuff would all have its own. Like seriously, imagine an entire bottom row of just like effects, and I could kind of get close because up through here, and then I have the ZDSP at home, and a few other things. And that would be a lot of fun. Okay. We're looking at leads. And we're looking at a kind of a basic analog saw. We need to do something here about. We need to have an intervention. Yeah, I have 2 Rack Brute 6Us sitting at home. And then, I mean, you can actually just go back and forth then, which would be hilarious. My problem is right now here, I don't have a place to put that. So again, I have to get the new setup first. know, it'd be a really fun modulation to throw into this thing right here. Okay, we're going long cable. We're gonna go Maestro. Nope, not channel 5. Channel 4 chain. We're gonna go like, let's go quarter note random. But every 2 bars. Me likey. Okay. Numero dos. And what are we doing for this? You sure you can't hold out another 30 minutes? Because I'm about to start the final jam. Mit video. I want to rig up one more lead really quickly here. Something kind of gross that we can like pitch shift into chaos and, you know, do chaotic things. Later, dude. Okay. Where was I? I was hooking up an output. And then let's get some of that faster. Oh, do I even have one open? Oh, I have one left. Yes. To get a little bit of control on this envelope for level. Slow fade up. Fine and dandy like sour candy. With that, I think we're ready. And scene. That was kind of just what I needed today. Something kind of sunny and happy. You know? Good times. And I'm quite pleased. Quite pleased with how that turned out, that's for sure. So, anyways. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Glad you can join me, and always happy to have y'all hanging out. And yeah, the Qubit Bloom. Fun stuff. Good stuff. And yeah. Maybe see you Sunday. Not maybe stream. I'll, barring unforeseen circumstances like, hot hail. Flash! Brum! Ah! Okay, anyway, sorry. Oh, I'm going to go home and maybe watch Dune. Maybe both of them, because I'm betting it's going to rain tomorrow morning for my league playing. Boo! Anyways, take it easy. Have a great night, y'all, and maybe see you Sunday.